A major change in my life direction resulted from a photographic workshop in the San Juan Mountains above Ouray, Colorado in 1992. I was waist deep in the middle of an amazing alpine meadow filled with columbine, paintbrush, daisies, and larkspur, with the photo camper working close up with a wide-angle lens. I turned to see the rest of the photo campers marching 5 abreast toward us, trampling a huge swath through the very flowers we were there to photograph. In that moment I came to question the value of photo excursions into fragile places solely to make fugitive images of living beings that are sacrificed just for temporary personal gratification. I could not justify the damage regardless of the educational value of workshops and tours. I knew wholeheartedly I had to find another, more beneficial way to work directly with nature. Back at home in New Mexico, the day after returning from the wildflower workshop, I answered a call that opened a door to the rest of my life. Kenny Ausable, an original co-founder of Seeds of Change, said he liked my book, Rio Grande Mountains to the Sea, and asked me to illustrate a book and catalog about the importance of keeping open-pollinated seeds in the human food chain and making them readily available to everyone in the looming face of genetically modified and patented seeds. Strange as it sounds, it was the pathway I was seeking. Seeds are the foundation of terrestrial habitats, wild and tame, along with their inseparable micro-soil companions. Finding a way to promote healthy soil and seed growth with minimal effort in difficult conditions appealed to me as an even more basic way to show people we and the earth are one. Keeping open-pollinated, traditional, and heirloom seeds of foods, herbs, and medicinal plants, as well as useful forest trees and shrubs in the hands of all people worldwide, is the key to independence and freedom from the environmental habitat destruction that results when poor and powerless people find no other recourse to survival than consumption of the last remaining natural lands. Natural, organic, open-pollinated seeds are the very foundation of a healthy food chain. Whoever controls the seeds controls agriculture, wild land, and the course of nations as well. It is possible to grow all things we need to provide food, clothes, warmth, and shelter if the seeds are available, along with the knowledge to grow them. If the rate of human growth is balanced with the available seeds, soil, water, and sunlight, then harmony is also possible. I was privileged to spend many wonderful days at organic seed farms, making pictures for catalogs, magazines, and books. The first book, Seeds of Change, The Living Treasure, featured photographs of vegetables, herbs, and edible ornamentals made with the same attention to detail and devotion I apply to natural subjects, and they became monumental, artful illustrations of our common foods. The second book, Gardening for the Future of the Earth, took me from New Mexico to California, Oregon, Japan, and Australia to make pictures illustrating several approaches to sustainable agriculture. The most significant events of my late career began with that visit to Japan, where in 1994 I met Masanobu Fukuoka and learned about seed balls. The most interesting and exciting thing about my life and professional career is the great arc of learning and travel and all the joyful and sad experiences that enabled me to understand the wisdom about nature an old Japanese farmer embodied in seed balls, little sleeping Mother Earths rolled up in clay blankets. His ideas offer ways each of us can have a direct beneficial influence on the health and well-being of the local part of the world we call home. That is how we can each make a positive difference in the face of overwhelming environmental gloom.
Whole habitats can be rolled into tiny living models of the earth that contain seeds, soil, and clay minerals. They are called seed balls. Hi, I'm Jim Bones, and I'm going to show you the simplest way I know to make seed balls. Start with 1 part of mixed seeds, add 3 parts of compost, mix those well together, Add 5 parts of red powdered clay. Mix that in. Then add 2 parts of water, a little at a time. Mix that well. So you want to mix it thoroughly, get the mixture to about the texture of bread dough, pinch off little pieces, roll them between the palms of your hands until they're round and smooth. And there you have it, seed balls. It's that simple.
While nature molded our lives, even as we forged the myths we live by today, we are traditionally defined as a people by the way we worship and work to make our bread, sew our clothes, and build roofs over our heads. But the earth first shaped our hands even as we turned it into cities and industries and empires. And if concrete, glass, and steel supplant the wild lands, our oldest heritage will survive only as hearsay in pictures in museums and books. Yet it would not take much to ensure the perpetuation of native places. A weed patch here, some vacant acres there, linked by railroads, highways, power lines, fences, all combined in a statewide network of many parks and linear habitat preserves. These could provide a broad living gauge to measure the value of change itself. But that requires a change of heart that can only come with understanding. We are not separate from the plants and animals that inhabit the one earth that sustains us. We all share the common helix of life, and when natural habitats or species die, part of us dies as well. We are participants in an immense cosmic work of performance art. It's the most amazing show in town, and we're inexplicably aware of it. Beauty, what is it? Think about it. Beauty, after all, is something very real, and much more than just a word for the feelings of well-being and awe we may have in the presence of something great and inexpressibly transcendent. Beauty conveys emotions rooted in inexpressible truth. What is the perception of beauty? The actual act of seeing something beautiful. Where does that sparkling, temporary, euphoric feeling of clarity, wonder, and harmony come from? That instant release from blind beliefs. That brilliant flash of awareness and understanding? I yearn to know. We are equipped by nature to pursue and appreciate beauty. Natural selection has made perceiving beauty a basic survival technique for recognizing welcoming, beneficial landscapes. We have the DNA encoded potential to feel sympathy and affection for healthy and harmonious environments. Perception of beauty is a genetic attribute, a Darwinian evolutionary factor that helps arouse and sustain interest in our world. It is one of nature's more subtle ways of acting upon us from a distance. As a species, we appear to be wired for it. Deep within our genetic memories, universal archetypal images of ideal ancestral landscapes continue to influence our ideas of beauty and grace. Beauty is a set of psychological sensations, feelings, and poignant, liberating emotions. We feel beauty before we think it, because of the shorter brain pathways between sense organs and thought processing centers. We know it when we feel it, as in art, or in the handshake of a fine tool or a friendship, or how we fit comfortably into a place of beauty. Natural beauty and artistic beauty are of equal universal human value. The narrative behind an image can add to a feeling of loveliness and even imbue an idea with value. We also experience it in something well done, in processes as well as products, in relationships and cooperative actions where function can be as beautiful as form. We need beauty at the deepest levels of our existence. It is not just icing on the awareness cake. It is an ancient tool fashioned by nature to help us negotiate a successful evolutionary path through a very complex world. Perception of beauty is buried deep within our minds and bodies. It is a precious legacy passed on from our ancestors, the joyful capacity to appreciate the wonders of an infinitely awe-inspiring universe. What could be more interesting than devoting one's life to exploring and relaying to others around us incredible first-hand discoveries from the far edge of knowing, while leaving a few seeds behind? Light will in time cause all photographs to fade away, so consider a giant leap in artistic vision. We can each create brilliant habitat landscapes made of real plants, their allies, and essential animal associates, and in the process make beautiful sentient images that are more long-lasting than any photographs will ever be. Archival living legacies.